you could be free of one thing in your life, what would that thing be? And I want you to imagine what life would be like if you were able to taste that freedom. This is Father Mark Toups over at Christ Redeemer Catholic Church, welcoming you into week 7 in our podcast series entitled Choose to Live. And this week, we are entering into a fascinating conversation about how we can choose to live in freedom. Can't imagine anything more personal for any of us than our desire to live in freedom. And so I return to the opening question. If you, at this stage of your life, could be free of any one particular thing, a sin, a habit, a pattern, a particular anxiety or problem, if the Lord could bless you with freedom, what would you choose to ask him for today? The first step of us choosing to live in freedom is to choose to be honest about the things in our life that are bearing us down or that we need to be free from. I think so many times, either out of a fear of vulnerability or out of a fear of being let down, a lot of us are either not honest with what we need or we don't ask for what we need. And yet the Lord can't bless us with the very things that we need unless we're honest with where we are in need of freedom, or unless we have the courage and give him permission to bestow that upon us. It's a scary thing to ask for what you want, because a lot of us are conditioned by either our life and our earthly relationships, or even in our relationship with God, of being disappointed when we ask for those things. So we come face to face with a week like this, and a talk like this, and an invitation like this, and we listen to it kindly and politely, but we back away from naming what we want because we just don't want to be disappointed. And yet I believe that God has brought you at this stage of our podcast series so that he, not me, can have a conversation with you about what he wants for you. And if we're going to discover the voice of God, it's often going to echo inside the deepest places of our hearts that are longing for him the most. Welcome to week 7, where we choose to live in freedom. And let's begin by asking ourselves today, where do you need freedom? Or from what do you need freedom? And if we have the courage to ask him for what we want, then we'll find the Lord waiting for us there, ready to begin a conversation about freedom. God bless you.